Hello everyone, welcome to the Budapest Speed Shop. I'm coming at you from Hungary. This is May 1st, it's pretty much the first nice summer day in Hungary, so there is a car show going on, of course, so we're gonna head out and we're gonna leave shortly. I'm gonna drive my 1966 Fiat 1500, or 1500 in Italian, and then my buddy's gonna drive his Model T. It's a 1923. And then he also has a Trabant. And then this show is supposed to be an East German car show, so we're gonna just rate it with our non-East German vehicles. But this is his too, so his son-in-law gonna drive this with his grandkid. From time to time I write articles into a local classic car magazine, and in the last one my article is about the French traffic jam where I went to last fall. And here's the picture to prove that I got arrested by two funny guys. So, look at this. We made a pillow out of this car. So it has the same license plates and everything. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Even the stickers are on it. So we're gonna hit the road very shortly. Just need to crank up the old Lizzie and then off we go. Zsolt is dressed up appropriately for the occasion. Let's see if we can start the damn thing. Very nice. The OT on the license plate means it's an old-timer, so that's like a classic car license plate on it. Really hard to get. It's got a rigorous safety inspection and a classic car inspection. They gotta see like every single bolt is original and looks nice on it. This is a two-stroke, two-cylinder, air-cooled vehicle. And yeah, it smokes. I think it still has the choke on. It's an East German vehicle made out of cotton. The outer panels are all compressed cotton with resin mix. I have several of these cars in the US, and I really like to drive them. I grew up in one of these. We are in the city of Erci. It's E-R-C-S-I. It's right next to the Danube River. They have a little ferry boat that goes across it, so I really like to take that. It's a lot of fun. But today we're gonna stay this side of the Danube River and head to a place called Erd, like E-R-D, if you want to look it up on the map. But looks like somebody's passing the Model T already, which is understandable. Probably could go around 40 miles an hour. But there's no speedometer in it anyway, so off you go. Will be a fun trip. It's a little stinky right now because the Trubby is going in front of me. We're here. This was a fun ride. This Model T runs really well. So like I said, this is a car show for cars from behind the Iron Curtain. There are some Russian cars like this Volga, and there's a whole bunch of East German made cars. There's also a small part where you can park your car if it was made at the other side of the Iron Curtain, like my Fiat. This one says Volga on it, and it also has an old-timer license plate on it. Here's this Wartburg. It's actually was in one of my videos. We drove around Budapest with one of these, and I showed you the whole city. I have one of these cars. It's a Wartburg 311. Mine actually have a roof which is a 311. The middle of the car is a 312, and it sits on a 353 chassis. Here's another one of these. This has a more modern steering wheel, so that's like a second generation car. It doesn't look all that nice. But what's coming up after, this is a Zaporozhets, what's coming up. The Zaporozhets has the engine on the back, and it's an air-cooled V-shaped engine. And this is the earlier version. This is where the air intake is for the engine on the back. So this one is, well, now it's Ukraine where it was made. And there's an NSU Prince, and this was basically the base for that Zaporozhets, the Russian version. At this point, it was Soviet Union. I need to be proper about this. But this car is made in Germany. This is an NSU Prince. As we're moving forward, this is a little Polski Fiat and a Russian pedal car on top of it. A 4-stroke Trabant with a actual Volkswagen engine in it. Most of the Trabis were 2 strokes, like this next one. This red and white one is a 2-stroke station wagon. As you see, there are a lot of people are interested in this car show, so it's gonna be hard to show everything. For youngsters, it's getting very popular to buy one of these Trabis and customize it. There are no V8 cars here or anything very special, but like in the US, so this is what kids have to work with. So some of us were older, we actually remember when these cars were available. Ooh, a Fiat Spider. This is an 850 Fiat Spider, and I used to drive one of these, the older version. This is the newer version, looking at the headlights. But I had one of these, and the engine is on the back. It's a water-cooled Fiat. Now this one is a Russian car. This is a Moskvich. After the war, the Russians packed up the whole factory. This was an Opel factory, and they took it to Russia and started to manufacture these, and they called them Moskvich, after Moskva, the capital. This one also has an old-timer plate. I don't know how did they get it, or maybe he got it too long ago, but it doesn't look all that pretty, or doesn't look all that good quality restoration. I don't think there's even a restoration we can talk about here. But the good thing is that it's here, because these cars all disappeared and they melted them down for metal. It's really nice to have a motorcycle parking area. And I wanted to show you guys 2 Hungarian motorcycles. Today was the anniversary of the factory closing for these Pannonia bikes. This is the early generation Trabant. This was, well, not really the first one, because the first one actually looked a little different, but that was the first, almost looking like a 601. This is probably a 600. I think it's very cute. It looks like the organizers recognized the significance of a Model T, so they let my friend park at the middle of the party. Here's another Wartburg. It's also probably a 311. And then another Trabi. This Trabis has the 2-stroke engines. There is a Zastava, which is very similar to a Yugo. I think they came out of the same factory, so you can think of it as just as a good car as a Yugo. This car, it looks very pristine. This is an older version of the 601 Trabant, and the way they fixed it up is just incredible. They found all the old parts. It's really hard to find old parts for these cars, and you can see a lot of Trabis in this show, but this one is the nicest one here. There's a newer version next to it, and this is nothing like this white one. And then there is this chewing gum green. Looks like they chopped the top off. I don't know how they got a safety inspection or how they got a license plate for that, but it's sure been chopped off. I think the guy is a mechanic who are fixing cars for a living. I think it would look good with a V8 under the hood. The next one is a Czechoslovakian made car, and they added that roof to it. It's a 100. It's a Skoda 100. The engine is on the back. It's water cooled. Here's the next generation after that. That's a 105, and then another Trabant in a chewing gum green color. There are always a festival, a meeting, a cruise where to go to, so you can see the stickers on the side window where this guy been to with his little Trabant. And they're very popular to just buff around with. This Škoda is actually a second generation because this has the flat lights. Now this is also a Škoda. This is a race car Škoda. It was a coupe. It was a very rare find. It's very hard to get one of these, and this is a real proper race car. I don't know how fast it's going. It's got a 4-cylinder slanted engine in the back. You can see the latest Trabi and the Wartburg next to each other. They were both had the Volkswagen Polo engine, which was a 4-stroke engine from Volkswagen. And at the end, they just closed the factory down. It was actually cheaper for Volkswagen to build a new factory than to save Trabant. This looks like an original factory race car, but if you look inside, there is nothing racing about it. So it's just basically a regular Trabi where they put a paint job on to make it look like a factory race car. I know a race car Trabant is an oxymoron, but I do own a fully bona fide race car that's been to Monaco, the historical Monte Carlo rally. I have several videos of that. Now this is a Wartburg, and this is a 4-stroke Wartburg, and with an East German scooter in front of it. And here's a Quack Aero camper. I have one of these in the US for my Wartburg to tow. This one is also a Fiat. It's an 850cc Fiat with 4 cylinders in the back, water-cooled. Most of the cars around it are air-cooled. I don't know why it's sitting here amongst the other East German cars, because this is from Italy. And here's a Lada, or a Zsiguli, as you say, and another Trabant, another Wartburg. This Wartburg looks like a helper Wartburg, like when you broke down, you called them and then they came and fixed your car. Followed by another Škoda. My grandpa had one of these Škodas, what you see on the right side. The engine is, again, it's on the back. And then another Trabi. My grandpa also had a couple of these Trabants when they were a lot older. Going through, there's another Škoda. It's called a Škoda Rapid. There is one of these in Denver, actually. It's a coupe Škoda, and then this is a really nice old one. You don't ever see that because they all rot into dust and then they broke. It wasn't really a good car, but this one it looks like in really good shape. Someone really cared for it. If you look at the engine looks very similar to the newer counterparts, but there's some funny stuff going on here. I have a feeling that they actually did some high performance modifications on this engine, if you can say that. And I'm pretty sure this one goes a lot faster than the other ones. You can see the backside of this fastback Škoda. It's called a Škoda Rapid. As you're moving forward, there's another Škoda, a Wartburg with the East German flag on it, and then there's another Škoda. This is somewhat similar to what my grandpa had. And here's this little mole. There was a Czechoslovakian cartoon what we grew up with, and then we seen this little mole going around, and he actually had a car, it looked like a DeSoto, and he took it to the repair shop and they fixed it for him. That was a very cute little cartoon. And here's a police car. This is a Zsiguli or a Lada police car. It's a 1200cc. It's not a Fiat. It derived from the Fiat 124, but this is a Russian-built police car with the proper radio equipment and such. I still remember when these cars were the thing, so they pulled me over with my convertible Mercury from 1966. That was hilarious. When I was still living in Hungary, these were the cars on the street, and then at the meantime I was driving a 1960 Mercury convertible, so that was a huge contrast between my car and these things. This Trabi looked very nice from the outside, and there's some modifications in it, a very weird looking green color, and you can see all these cars, they basically customize them just a little bit to make it likable the way they like it. This is a really nice old version too. This Trabi has parts which are not interchangeable with newer ones. It has different seats, different dash. You very rarely see that square dash, and this is like a really early Trabant. The rubber around the seal around the window is a different color. So if you see that car next to it, there is nothing like it. The car next to it was a 4-stroke. These ones are called a Kübelwagens. They were for the Stasi and for the military. Also, they were selling them for hunters. These ones looks like they are military Kübelwagens. They were guarding the Berlin Wall, and they were operated by the by the Stasi and the internal police as well. So they don't really have too many good memories with these cars. But look at the lights; they have these night light equipments as well. At the end of the production, they painted them to very odd colors, but these ones look like this duck shit green, and yeah. This one is a Fiat 124 Coupe. I have a friend who went to Monte Carlo, to the Monte Carlo rally with one of these, prepped for the race. I think it's nice looking in red color. And then there is an old Buick next to it. That's really weird to see here. Mustangs are very popular. They sold a lot of Mustangs and people are very proud of them. Then there's a Mitsubishi. I guess it got old because last time I seen these, people were bringing them in from the west part of Europe. Here's a 1200 Fiat Spider. I had one of these when I was young. I really like that car. It's a very nice, easy car to drive. It's a little bit smaller for the US market, but I guess it's the same size as an Austin Hilly or something else, but it's a very comfortable little car. I just love that thing. I don't like the color of it, but that's okay as long as the owner likes it. That's fine with me. Mine was white when I had it, but I would love to have it in a red color. Now that, I just have nothing to say about this nice Vespa. And this Mercury, the guy is sitting in there moving the lights up and down for the kids to see that it's winking. This is a Ford. I think it's an English Ford or a German Ford, one of the other, probably a German Ford. And it's a 17M. And I think it has I don't even know what kind of engine does it have, because I never see these cars. This is very rare to see one of these here. Look at the back. It has fins, and there's the sign. It says 17M. Deluxe, and it's very nice. It's you never see these cars ever. They all got imported in the gray import, and there's very few of them in Hungary. Here's my buddy's Fiat. That's a really nice looking Fiat. That's the larger version of mine. Yeah, he did a good job buying this. I don't know where he bought it, but he just bought it recently. But it's a very nice car. It's very comfortable and a good working, good car. At the other hand, here's a not so reliable Alfa Romeo and Volkswagen, a set of Volkswagens. One is a bug, the other one is the terrorist van, what you see in the Back to the Future, although that had a Shibedak roof. Ooh, that thing looks really long. That's an old Citroen wagon. I do remember these when I was growing up. Many people brought them from Germany and Austria and other places, and there were no parts for it. So I had a friend who were chopping them up, and then he was selling parts out. Look at the steering wheel. It's only got one spoke at the middle. So yeah, that's a French car. It's called a Citroen, although you can translate it to a lemon. So that was a lemon right there. Moto Guzzi with a V2 engine. You can see that in the US as well. And there are some Mercedes-Benzes. Most of them came from the US market and they imported them in. For some reason they put these stupid air springs under it. I can't appreciate that at all. It looks very nice the way it is. For some reason it has a Utah license plate, 200 diesel that has 3 main bearings in the crankshaft, on the crankshaft, and it's you only can turn them probably twice, and then the third time you turn it, it basically breaks. I really like this one. In my village where I live in Kentucky, there is one of these, and I wish the guy would sell it, but it's just rotting away there. But it's a sentimental reason why he has it. I understand. It's behind the little diner, and I just can't believe it's gonna die there. I feel very bad for that, but this is how it's supposed to look. And this is the inside. Very odd dash and super nice new interior. They did a great job with this. But that car needs a total restoration. What's in Kentucky? This is W123, and then there is my 1500 from 1966. I love to drive this car. It's a good car. This is an expensive little pedal car. Nowadays it's almost $1,000. I think I had enough fun for today. Gonna find some lunch and then head on out of here. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time with something else. Bye.